So I just want to talk about some judgmental, stuff that's been happening for the past year, and I'm quite sure you've heard me talk about the stuff like this. So one has to do with Black Lives Matter. One has to do with LGBT. One has to do with politics, U.S. politics. I'll start with the Black Lives Matter one first. So, but the reason I am making this video is because I want to say, there is always a third option when there's an always like a yes or no, when people say, oh, you support or don't support or don't like or don't like, don't care about me. There's a don't care about neither, like staying neutral or staying out of it option that people always seem to forget about it. And I have already dealt with several people who have been very, very critical about it to me, and I just want to talk about it. So, Black Lives Matter. So, of course, I've had to deal with snarky people like Ben Appleman and Nick McConville. So this is episode 14 of personal talk videos. So, let's see. So since the Black Lives Matter stuff started, basically anyone who did not support Black Lives Matter was deemed racist. It's, yeah. And since everyone was so focused on only supporting Black Lives Matter, they forgot to support other races too. And I was supporting all races, including Black lives. I was supporting Asian lives too. I was supporting Mexican, Latino lives, and basically anyone else. But of course, some people got snarky, and people like Ben Appleman, Nick McConville, and Brooklyn French, they made it their job to call me a racist person for not supporting Black Lives Matter. When A, I don't have to. I knew Black Lives Matter was a Marxist-led group, and C, I do not support I do not like all the damages like what the Black Lives Matter has done. I have made a video about it. And D, they don't really care about Black lives. They don't care about like the Black children. How could they? I was always debating about this. And of course, my friend Heather Stevens, she also joined the others being snarky about it, and there's way more others I would rather try to list, but there's too many of them. So the point of And also, some people like, Alicia, and others, they thought like, oh, I'm being racist for not supporting that, but it does not count as me being racist if I support a movement led by Marxist people that have done more damage to people. They don't really care about them, and they're making a bad decision. Then they're brainwashing people to think they are good people, but in truth, they are not. Now, I want to talk about the LGBT stuff, because that was the second incident that I also had to deal with, and no, I do not hate. I am not scared of LGBT people, so the word homophobic does not really properly fit that description. So they need to make another word that does not. So a phobia is basically a term where, as in someone who is scared of something, not hate something. Like if you are scared of aquaphobia, you're scared of the water. If you're like arachnophobia, like me, fear of spiders and scorpions and basically arachnids, basically. That's why it's called arachnophobia. Alicia, William, and and another person. She doesn't really. I don't really know her that much, but but also her brother, who is the same age as me, and also made it their decision to call me a homophobic. And also Morgan Evans, he also jumped in this year, like a few months ago, and just last month, and yeah, he also called me homophobic for not supporting LGBT like rights and stuff. What people were confused about that was I did not hate. I was not scared of LGBT people. I just didn't like the LGBT things being preached to young people when they need to focus on getting their education and live their life instead of trying to like do it. It's like, oh, you could choose your gender and when you're like at a young age. So if you want to do this LGBT stuff, yeah, do that when you're like actually can handle money . Or and sort of you think you can live your life without without you end up living on the streets or anything. So I have some friends who are like, yeah, either they are gay, they are lesbian, or they're LGBT, and they're the one guy I know in the USA who's he just went gay, but he's a nice guy. The same interest as a couple other people in a certain group I know. A certain topic people are like adults are calling childish, but yeah, like they care. And the dude knows even how to cook, so taught by his own boss, so. And I've even defended a friend of mine, Sean Rattan, who she goes to Queen's University and Kingston, but someone around October 2019 asked, yeah, like a group of students, they try to kill, threaten to kill anyone who was basically LGBT or native. So that's why I made a diss track. And also went on social media saying, yeah, so these students, they've obviously got caught, and yeah. So even I, because no matter what the gender is, or yeah, as long as I care for that person, and if something bad is about to happen to them, I will gladly support them, because what these people who accuse me of being homophobic said, they don't realize, if you're nice, I don't care what your gender or race is, or religion is. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. I'm quite sure that the Eminem quote, on one of that. So there was that people questioning me if yeah, and Morgan was saying, oh, do you support LGBT? You don't support LGBT, don't you? And what people like him don't understand is, so I don't have to support something. I don't have to pick sides. Oh, I could stay neutral out of something. I could stay out of it. Just, if someone respects me, I'll be respecting them back. Because people just don't understand it that way properly. My third topic I wanted to talk about is U.S. politics, and you probably know Trump versus Biden. This involved a couple of people I know. Brooklyn, of course, when her brother then said, yeah, I don't like Biden. He said, I don't like Joe Biden. And she automatically said, oh, you must be you like Trump. So I jumped in and said, no, he not. Just because someone doesn't like someone doesn't mean they are supporting the other party. Just because someone doesn't support the left wing does not mean they support the right wing. Because people don't have to pick sides, or they don't have to like both sides. They could stay out of it. They could stay neutral. And of course, I got a lot of hate from Trump, Biden supporters. claiming I like Trump when I never liked Trump in the first place. I don't like Joe Biden in the first place. And also because of what's going on with big tech companies like Facebook and Twitter, and Google supporting Joe Biden. It's just makes it a real big problem. And yet there are people out there who continue to fight against other parties, the opposing party, and things get ugly. But you have to really say who is the bad guy. You have to really do your research, and what I have seen, both Trump and Biden are guilty. And yet there are people who are still supporting on all either all other of the three problems that I just have mentioned, and they're still doing it right now, and yet they haven't really done their research. So I just want to try to talk about for these problems and tell people to sort of be neutral or be on the right side which does not mean stay on the right wing. It means be right, stay neutral, make sure the bad people don't overpower the people who are who know it is right, should not act like what they are doing. No. So I'm not glad that I've had several people supporting about it. I've got a couple other people supporting me. Even if it ain't a few. So you don't always have to pick a side. You can stay neutral about it, or talk straight-minded about it, and pick the correct side. Being neutral not being brainwashed by the bad people.